Hello everyone, welcome to Pushpa's English classes. Today we are going to do the text, that is chapter 5 from grade 10 English textbook, First Flight, The 100 Dresses 1. It is written by the very famous American children's author Eleanor Estes. It is even told that she has narrated her own personal experience in this story. So before we start to understand the text, let's have few things in our mind. So how do we judge the people around us by their money, wealth and possessions? Let's pause for a while and think, how do we judge people around us? Do we judge people on the basis of how much money they possess, wealth or the possessions, or do we look for more enduring values in a person? Right? So do we look for values he or she holds, or do we look for wealth, money, or possession in a person? I think it's a very important question, and we should really reflect on this. The whole story, The 100 Dresses Part 1, is about a poor girl who is judged by her classmates. It's very easy to judge somebody or to form a generalized opinion about someone. But do we change our perspective later when we see that whatever we thought of a particular person is not the same? The text will tell you and will help us to understand the perspective of other persons as well. So this story has a girl named Wanda Petronsky. She is a girl, Polish girl, who has come to America and she's studying with other American children in an American town. The other children see Wanda as different in many ways. So why do the other children see Wanda as different? Okay, so can you make a guess? So a brief about Polish American community in the United States. The first Polish immigration started in America in 1608, but it was, in the early 20th century that saw the largest wave of Polish immigration. So let's get started with the text now. I have told you a brief about the history, that is Polish American community in the United States, about how to approach the text. So this text will deal with how do we judge people. Do we get attracted by the sartorial sense of the people? By sartorial sense, I mean the dressing sense. So this story will tell you that we should not judge people on the basis of what they are or how they look. So let's get started and start the text. The story revolves around a girl named Wanda Petronsky and her classmates, okay, the two other classmates, Peggy and Madeline, who made fun of her. So these girls, Peggy and Madeline, made fun of Wanda Petronsky. The plot of the story opens up on Monday. It was Monday, right? The story starts saying, today, Monday, Wanda Petronsky was not in her seat. So even Peggy and Madeline did not notice that Wanda was not present that particular day, that is on Monday. These were the girls who began all the teasing. Wanda generally used to sit in the corner of the classroom where not so academically brilliant students sat, right? It was that part of the classroom which was the dirtiest. But Wanda was not like those boys. So why did Wanda sit with those boys if she was not like one of them? What I mean by those boys is that those boys were very talkative. They used to laugh loudly, right? But she was silent to the extent that nobody had ever seen her laugh. So I'll just read out from the text. Wanda sat in the seat next to the last seat in the last row in room number 13. So Wanda sat in the last seat in last row, room number 13. She sat with the rough boys, who did not get good marks. Okay. They made a lot of noise with the scuffing of feet. They used to laugh loud, right? And there was all mud and dirt on the floor. It was one of the dirtiest rooms. So she did not sit there because she was laugh or she was loud or she was noisy. On the contrary, she was very quiet and she really said anything, right? So nobody knew exactly why Wanda sat in that particular seat. And yet it was because she came all the way from Boggins Heights. The only one reason could be that since Wanda was nothing like those boys, no one ever understood why she sat there. So there were many guesses, but it was because she came from Boggins Heights and her shoes were usually dirt with all the mud. That was the reason why she sat with the rough boys. People hardly noticed her in the classroom as she was silent and alone all the time. It was only before or after school hours when groups of kids or students used to wait for her to have fun with her, then they thought of her. Some used to wait even at the cost of getting late for school. So I will read out the line from the text. The time when they thought about Venda was outside of school hours, at noon time, when they were coming back to school, or in the morning early before school began, when groups of 2 or 3 or even more, would be talking and laughing on their way to the schoolyard. Then sometimes they waited for Venda to have fun with her. So they just waited for Venda to have fun with her. The fact that Venda was not present on Tuesday as well got unnoticed. So she was absent on Monday, she was absent on Tuesday as well. But it was on Wednesday when Maddie and Peggy noticed her absence. So how did they notice her absence? It was also then when they waited before school to make fun of her, but instead ended up getting late because she did not show up. So they were waiting for her Tuesday morning, but she did not turn up. That was the reason Peggy and Maddie noticed her absence, because while waiting for Venda, they got late for school. Now, who was Peggy? Peggy was the most famous girl who was good and wore tidy clothes. And she sat with the toppers of the class. No one, you know, ever got curious about why Venda was no longer coming to school. All they cared was they could not make fun of her. So they were not bothered. Her friends were not bothered that her another friend, Venda, was not coming to school. They were only bothered that they could not make fun of her. Venda was a Polish girl who had immigrated to America. Her fellow classmates thought that her name, Venda Petronsky, was a strange name because they had simpler and easier American names, except a boy's who named Willie Bounce, which they thought sounded funny, but it was not as funny as Venda Petronsky's name was. Venda was usually seen wearing a faded blue dress that did not fit her properly. Though it was clean, it was not ironed properly. This shows that Venda belonged to a poor family who could not afford too many dresses. Ironically, a lot of people used to surround her, but she did not have any friends because all of them just came to her to have fun with her. From her tale about 100 dresses to her, unfamiliar name, they found it all very amusing. When she, used to watch little girls playing down in the ground, it was at that time that the other students used to, ask her and make fun of her. With no intentions of hurting her, Peggy used to ask her, how many dresses do you have in your closet? Then she used to tell in a very polite manner that I have 100 dresses in my closet. I would read out that important line from the text, which is very important. Venda, Peggy would say in a most courteous manner, as though she was talking to her teacher. Venda, she would say, giving one of her friends a nudge. Tell us, how many dresses do you say you had hanging up in your closet? It was hard to believe what Wanda said, because the only dress she was seen wearing was the blue one that was faded. No one was sure as to why she lied. Although they were teasing her, they were never rude to her. Thus, in the same tone, they continued asking her about the number of shoes she had, to which she replied saying 60, each pair different. So it was basically Peggy's idea to embarrass her like that, though she was polite. Peggy and Maddie, the inseparable friends, were the last ones to leave school, while Venda would go back all alone with her dull eyes and behaved in a strange way. Peggy was not the mean girl she had been portrayed as until now. So the kind of image that we have formed of Peggy is that might be she's a mean girl because she's having fun with Venda Petronsky. But here in this part of the story, we are told that she saved kids from whoever was hurting them and could not stand animals getting badly treated. According to her, she was not being rude to Venda. Peggy never ever thought that she was being rude to Venda. On the other hand, she believed that it was very weird of Venda to lie about the number of dresses she possessed. And if anything was weird, it was her name. No matter how much they teased Venda, they never made her cry. So I will read that line of the text. Anybody could tell that that was a lie. Why did she want to lie? And she wasn't just an ordinary person. Else, why did she have a name like that? Anyway, they never made her cry. So Peggy had a firm belief that they were never rude to Wanda Petronsky and they have never made her cry. It was her fault. It was Wanda Petronsky's fault. Why did she lie when she always, comes to school in a single faded dress? How can she say that she has 100 dresses all lined up in her closet? I hope this part of the text is clear. The other half of the text, I'll do it in another video. If you like this video, please do like, share, do comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.